Why would you ever leave Nike? They're the GOAT.
Every game is a new day, Pete.
thanks everyone for joining 2K Sports for this Wednesday evening presentation of the NBA. I'm Brian Anderson. With me tonight, Grant Hill and Richard Jefferson, with Allie LaForce joining us courtside. And checking out some numbers for him.
And for an idea of where his offense is right now, take a look at his true shooting percentage decreasing over the last 5 games. He desperately needs to find his stroke tonight.
So the opening lineup for the Mavericks. They've got Chris Middleton, Kyrie Irving out there with Derek Lively, and it's Fresh in at the point guard position. And for the Cavaliers, Garland and Mitchell, the talented 1 and 2. At the 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Mobley and Allen. And it's Butler in at the 3 spot. Serving up some holiday basketball for you fans out there. Happy Thanksgiving Eve, everyone.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving Eve to you as well, my partner. I mean, there's just something special about watching basketball during the holiday season. Hey, and we're in for a treat.
And it's the Cavaliers to start out. Well, tonight is a huge game. These are 2 of the best in the league, and MP has total focus on one thing, helping his team come up with a statement win.
And so far, MP's been backing up his talk. He's not only motivating himself, he's setting an example for his teammates too. Maybe they haven't been perfect against the league's top teams, but they're holding their own.
Now here's Middleton. 6 on the shot clock. Fresh the pass to Middleton. Irving for 3. Mobley grabs the board. And it's Cleveland's ball. And the first season matchup for them against the Mavericks this year.
We see these teams face off only twice a year. Last year, each won one.
And who knows, if you want to look all the way ahead to the finals, it's possible these teams could see each other there. So both teams looking to make a statement in their first meeting of the season.
Here's Middleton. After the basket by Cleveland. Pass to Irving. Here's Fresh. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Middleton from the outside. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
I'll tell you what, I mean, it feels like Middleton can shoot from anywhere, but he's especially deadly from the corner.
Outside Garland. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. No good with a layup. And Grant, when you look at Darius Garland, he has a very polished offensive game.
Absolutely. He's great at creating for himself, but also knows when to get others involved. He can score from anywhere, and he works incredibly hard on his craft.
Adding some extra style to the slam. Okay, what a move by Allen.
Once again, an explosive highlight on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Here's Irving. The shot comes out. Ooh, solid defense from Mitchell. The Cavaliers have gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. Ooh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. And Richard, thinking about Donovan Mitchell, he just has a total impact on the game.
It's crazy to think that he's in the prime of his career, but every single year he continues to get better. I still think there are more levels for him to go.
And we know Donovan Mitchell is a superb scorer. But Grant, what do you think he's focused on at this point of his career?
Well, B.A., it's all about championships for him. This is a guy that doesn't just want to be seen as an elite player. He really wants to compete for titles, too.
And the preparation from Mitchell has made him dangerous in every facet of the game.
Outside Irving. A step-back shot. The rebound by Allen.
Oh, I can see some miscommunication on defense there very clearly. They were super fortunate it didn't torch them with that mistake.
Now here's Mobley. Last game with 30. Here's Mitchell. Blocked. And that'll be Cleveland's ball as it goes out of bounds. Cavs keep possession here. Two on the clock. From deep three-point land.
And that's great defense. What Kyrie lacks in size, he makes up for it with quickness, instinct, and basketball IQ.
starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
And it's the Mavericks with the ball. After the Cavs picked up the basket a moment ago. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot two.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
Dallas shooting their initial free throws of the game here. And the second free throw is good. And so it's Garland who brings up the ball for the Cavaliers. Defeated by Detroit in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
You know, in that game, it was just too much disparity in effort level between the two teams, especially on the glass.
The poor rebounding is something that they'll have to shore up going forward. It puts you at such a disadvantage when you look at the battle of possessions.
The Mavericks making a switch here. Grimes is checked in. Count it. Good.
Just slicing his way to the rack. This man is so crafty. I love it when Garland takes charge like this.
And here in the first quarter, a little over 3.5 minutes played. And here is Irving. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against San Antonio.
1 of 5 to start the game. They have to slow down and just play their brand of basketball.
Now here's Mitchell. 6-point game. Allen outside. Outside Mitchell. 5 to shoot. Over Irving. Mitchell misses. Mavericks trail by 6. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Hey guys, Fresh in their last game against the Spurs made a big difference. He picked up 18 points and was on fire from outside. The D had no answer for him. Just another remarkable performance from him. Nothing new. Guys, we'll see how long he keeps this up.
Great work. Thanks for that. And there's always the chance of a carryover effect into tonight's game.
I wouldn't put it past him, but it's tough to have back-to-back performances like that.
And his teammates shouldn't be relying on him to do that.
A minute 50 left to play in the first quarter. Pass to Fresh. Sinks that one after missing his first 2 attempts. Now 1 for 3.
He just makes it look so easy on offense. Like, who takes pleasure in torturing defenses? He does.
Mitchell's shot is good.
One thing you can count on with Mitchell, he will just keep attacking.
Fresh the pass to Hardy. 1:10 left in the first quarter here. Pass to Fresh. Clock at 6. Fires the 3. Cavaliers with a rebound.
He just looks off this quarter. Looks like he's forcing it a bit right now. A little bit in his head.
Jerome, no good.
Look, the defense was locked in on him there. They know how dangerous he can be, and they guarded him perfectly.
There's 39 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Fresh. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against San Antonio.
Putting others before himself, racking up assists. Hey, I wished I played with more guys like him.
Pass to Jerome. Now here's Mitchell. This one for 3. Connects from downtown. Mitchell's got 7.
They've shown so much energy right from the start, particularly on the offensive end.
They came out swinging, really setting the tone on offense, and the opposition has not been able to respond.
And we've got a timeout from Jason Kidd. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. Here's Fresh. Oh, at the buzzer! Wow!
I didn't think he was going to get it off in time. Oh, wow.
Talk about being poised under pressure. Big time shot from him there.
And so it's the Cleveland Cavaliers earning this break in the action, up 10. Getting lots of great looks, shooting it well. That's why they're up. More NBA on 2K Sports. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going so far for the Cavaliers.
I've really been impressed with how aggressive they've been inside, looking to capitalize from the paint whenever they can.
And another thing, they found the open man. Really playing unselfish basketball, moving the ball around there on the perimeter.
On the court for Dallas here in the second. Najee Marshall is out there with Daniel Gafford. Then it's Hardy, and it's Grimes in at the small forward position. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Thibault passes to Martin. Cleveland needs to get off a shot. Here we go. Here's Fresh. He's got 5. The wide open shot is on the money. Fresh has gotten his 3rd basket of the night.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You gotta show some fire and keep defending.
Martin, the pass to Jerome. Exum outside. Shot clock at 6. And Mobley throws it down.
When you're looking at top pick and roll partners, Mobley is squarely in that discussion.
Going inside. Hardy, the pass to Fresh. Here's Hardy, covered by Thibault. Puts up a 3. This shot by Hardy, no good.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
Here's Exum. They swipe it. On the break. Here's Fresh. Mobley grabs the board. The Cavaliers lead by 9. Here's the 3. And the rebound goes to Dallas. Well, when this one's done, they'll be off to Miami, taking on the Heat. And that game will mark the end of a 4-game trip. And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Evan Mobley was the 3rd overall pick in 2021. And his teammate Donovan Mitchell said about him, "It's crazy, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but I don't think he really understands how good he can be. He can take us to a completely different level. I personally believe that he can be a top 5 player in this league." Ryan, high praise for his teammate.
Indeed it is. Good stuff, Allie. Fresh. That one's good. Richard, you played for great teams and rebuilding teams. How different is the atmosphere between those types of organizations?
The expectation to win from everyone, top to bottom, that's what stands out to me. Everyone takes their role seriously and professionally.
Pass to Exum. 6 to shoot. Beats the shot clock, but can't get it to fall. Mavericks trail by 8. Oh, deflected. Tries to keep it alive. And it's out of bounds to the Mavericks as Dallas retains possession.
He had the right idea, just couldn't come up with the swipe.
And deflections, they're a stat that all teams track. They show who is the most active defensively.
Butler's checked in for Cleveland. Donovan Mitchell comes in for Thibault. Middleton, no good. The Cavaliers lead by 8. For 3, Jerome, that's good.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
Pass to Fresh. There's the 3. That's good. And so Middleton with the assist. Fresh has got 9 points now in the quarter.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Going beyond mere stats, Mitchell breathes life into this offense. His energy lifts everyone around him.
And this is... Timeout called by Charles Lee, and we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Lively with a screen on Garland. Here's Fresh. Pure from three-point range. Fresh has got 17 points.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
Yeah, and you got to know where he is at all times, especially when he's roaming around the perimeter ready to fire.
It's stolen by Lively. And now the Mavs on the run. Here's Middleton. The Cavaliers pull it in. They held a 12-point lead earlier. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Garland. And in Garland, we're looking at one of the best passers in the league, Richard.
I don't think he gets enough credit for it. He's got such a great feel for the game, the way he wiggles in and out of the lane. It is so impressive. He is such a great, confident floor leader.
Allen, he's checked in for Cleveland. Mobley comes in for Jerome. And Dallas with a change here, too. Bryant's checked in. Clock at 6. Pass to Irving. The three. Here's Fresh. 17 points in the game. Another shot. The rebound by Allen. Allen's got his 5th rebound in this one. Mitchell, the pass to Garland. And here's Butler. Back to Mobley. Pass to Mitchell. Allen with it. He's guarded by Irving. Outside Garland to end the drought. And he connects with a jumper. Garland's got 7 points here in the quarter.
Adds to their lead. They've been able to rely on him all night.
Bryant, a screen on Garland. Now 5 seconds separating the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Irving. Again the miss by the Mavericks. It's a 3-on-3 fast break. Pass to Mobley. Outside Butler. Allen a screen. The three. He got it up in time, but it would not fall for him. And so it's Cleveland closing out the quarter with a 7-point lead. Well, it's clear the defensive focus was to shut down Kyrie Irving, because so far it's working. More 2K action in just a moment.
In a game against the Bulls, to even have a chance, they'll probably have to play their best game of the year. I think you can.
And now let's talk about our featured game. It was a solid first half for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Offensively, they can post you, drive it, run cutters. They're living large in that painted area.
And the defense has tried to pack it in a little, but those guys just keep coming.
Glad you could join us.
And we've got third quarter basketball here. 2 quarters in the books. Mavericks trail by 7. At the 4 and the 5, the lengthy pair of Mobley and Allen. Garland and Mitchell, the talented 1 and 2. And it's Butler in at the 3, the small forward. That's the 5 for Cleveland right now. Fresh misses. And so it's Mitchell who brings up the ball for Cleveland. Pass to Garland. Here's Butler. To the middle. That's good from Allen on the assist from Butler. Allen's got 8.
So much reach. Allen using that wingspan to his advantage.
Fresh, the pass to Irving. Lively with a screen on Mitchell. Irving for 3. Knocks down the long J. Irving's gotten his 2nd bucket on the night.
Such an effective shooter. If you lose track of him defensively, he's gonna make you pay.
Mitchell deciding where to go with it. Pass to Mobley. Back to Mitchell. Garland with the ball. Lets it fly. And it's Cleveland with another.
That's 3 buckets in a row off assist.
Mavericks trail by 8. Fresh the pass to Irving. Over a minute and a half now into this third quarter action. And Dallas hits again from deep.
Backing up that last 3 with another 3. The defense has to stop giving them so many clean looks.
Garland for 3. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Lively's got 6 rebounds in the game. Here's Fresh. Give him 20. Oh, and Mobley with the block.
Sensational swat from Mobley. I love how hard he goes in the defensive end.
Mitchell misses.
Good job by the D to stay with him and make that a tough 3.
Fresh the pass to Middleton. Irving up top. Here's Fresh. He's averaging 35.5 a game. Excellent production. And he ends that fast break chance. An intentional foul. That's a textbook example of the transition take foul rule. He's 3 for 3 from the free throw line.
And I love watching Garland mature into a leader. And you know what? He is not done yet.
Outside Butler. Outside Mitchell. Allen with a screen on Middleton. Jacks up a 3. The Cavaliers again cannot hit.
And let's be honest, they're winning in spite of his atrocious shooting performance.
Pass to Fresh. Screen by Lively. Fresh. That one's good. Fresh has got 6 points in the quarter.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
Down low. And it's Allen who slams it home.
Throw it up there and let the throw go get Allen. This man is a height machine.
Fresh the pass to Irving. Pass to Fresh. Lets it go from deep. Mobley grabs the board. Mobley's got 4 rebounds in the game. Outside Mitchell. 3-pointer. Rebounded by Fresh.
This is the definition of forcing it. He's trying to get himself going, but taking tough shots just won't do it.
Irving, that's good.
12 straight points off 3s. This defense is not extending very well.
And we've got a timeout called by Charles Lee. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. And a chance to see the latest edition of the power rankings. Always fun to see where everyone in the league stands. You take a look at the Celtics. They're making moves up the standings, claiming that 4th spot.
Well, I think for Dallas, they're right there early on, competing for the top spot, which is exactly what they wanted.
Gets the 3 to fall.
He is a leader on and off the floor. Garland, this man is a coach's dream.
Fresh the pass to Irving. Goes to the reverse layup and drops it in. Irving's got 10 points in the game.
Oh, just an easy reverse for him. He has nice feel and touch around the bucket.
To the paint. Here's Butler. Butler right to the heart.
How talented is Butler? I mean, just so adept at carving out some space inside and converting.
Now well into his 30s. Is it fair to start wondering how many seasons Jimmy Butler has left, Grant?
Well, it's a fair question, B.A. But at the same time, Jimmy's hunger is just so different than everybody else's, which I could see helping prolong his career.
Martin, he's checked in for Jimmy Butler. And Dallas with a change here, too. Grimes is checked in. And so it's Dallas with it, trailing by 5. And the shot goes.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Mobley up top. And the basket's good. Off the assist from Garland. Garland's got 3 assists now in this one. Fresh, the pass to Irving. Here's Grimes. Pass to Fresh. The 3 is up. The rebound by Allen. Allen's got his 6th rebound on the night. On the wing, Mitchell. And it's all from three-point range.
Some people could say he's struggling on offense this period. I like to think of more of drowning. Just can't seem to find his confidence.
Here's Fresh. Back to Irving. 5 on the clock. From outside the arc. And his 5th make of the game in 12 attempts.
Well, after an uneven first half, he's managed to right the ship and get things going.
Outside Mitchell. Ooh, anticipated the pass. It's a turnover. Here's Fresh. He's got 25. Over Garland. Fresh misses.
Well, and that's what you get when you go for style points with the fadeaway. And look, he paid the price.
Martin outside. Mitchell, the pass to Mobley. Right side Garland. 6 on the shot clock. They set a pick. And a miss there on the triple. The Mavericks trailing. Outside for Irving. Can't tie it up. That one misses.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
Tough to watch those miss. I'm sure they'll convert the next chance.
Martin finds Garland. Pass to Allen. Yes, and a nice assist from Garland. Allen's got 6 here in the quarter.
That guy is perfect from the field, making major contributions to this lead.
Here's Fresh. Gets the 3 ball to go.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
The Cavaliers have gone 7 of 13 in the second half. Outside Mitchell. Ooh, poked away. It's stolen by Irving. Pass to Fresh. 16 seconds left to play in the third quarter. Shot clock at 5 for the lead. And the Mavericks getting another bucket right there. We're at the end of the third quarter, and we've still got a close one. Dallas on top, up 1. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
You know, I'm kind of stoked that this was a choice because I love this pass. A remarkable find. He put his court vision on full display.
That was
Cleveland. Jared Allen, he's checked in for Martin. Mobley comes in for Thibault. And Garland is subbed in for Mitchell. And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Charles Lee said to the team. He reminded his team just how close this game is, saying, guys, we aren't out of this yet. We still have plenty of time left. Let's go out and execute our game plan, and I promise you, we will win this game. Let's see how they come out of this timeout, Brian.
Allie, thank you. On the court right now for the Mavericks. They've got Daniel Gafford, Kyrie Irving out there with Chris Middleton, and it's Bryant in at the 4. Garland for 3. And a bit of a battle for the ball, and the officials signal a jump ball here. And they'll get another chance. Back to Butler. Pass to Mobley. Gafford against Allen. Now here's Butler. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen is the call.
He's really valuing every possession. That's just his first turnover of the game.
Thibault, he's checked in for Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by now. Irving for three. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Mobley's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
He's been off. Still, they're up, so not all is lost.
And this is just typical of him. Always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
And his team needs every bit of his production if they want to pull this one out. It is neck and neck here in the final period.
That one misses. A different look for Cleveland. Butler's checked in for Thibault, and Mitchell subbed in for Jerome. Lively, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Chris Middleton comes in for Grimes.
At the least, he did extend it to a 2-possession game. That's important.
Here's Garland. Ooh, he's now 7 for 12.
When you give Garland these looks, oh, he's going to find ways to capitalize, but I love his aggressiveness.
Outside Irving. Pass to Fresh. Here's Middleton. 4 on the clock. He gets it in there. Fresh has got 16 points here in the second half.
Some slippage at the defensive end here in the second half, allowing the offense to establish more of a rhythm.
Back to Garland. And a fast break now. The Mavericks on the run. Lets it fly. Irving, no good.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards.
Middleton against Mitchell. Pass to Mobley. And Irving comes to help. Garland for 3. Nice shot there, making him 8 for 13.
This is his second 3 this half. He's getting even more bold at that arc.
Here's Fresh. And here's Bryant, covered by Mobley. Middleton from the outside, and the rebound goes to Cleveland. And he lobs it up to the rim, and it's Allen who slams it home.
When you need one bad, go to a high percentage shooter, and Allen is that guy.
Here's Fresh. And the layup is good. Fresh has got 5 points now this quarter. Coming down the stretch. We'll see if someone can capture the lead and hold it.
Yeah, that's been an issue. 5 lead exchanges tonight.
Allen against Lively. Takes a 3. That's good from Allen on the assist by Garland. And the Cavaliers lead by 2.
Look, if Allen is going to hit that shot, your whole defensive strategy has to change.
Irving finds Bryant. A minute 37 left in the fourth quarter. Fresh. That one's good.
ICE. Ice. He has absolute ice in his veins. This guy, he lives for these moments.
Butler. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
And at this point of his career, Butler wants to win. And boy, does he ramp up his performance in the playoffs, especially in recent years.
And so he's good on both free throws, and that gives him a lead.
And in a close game like this, they can really rely on him to take care of business at the line.
Back to Irving. Pass to Fresh. Outside Irving. The three-pointer off the mark.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
Yeah, right now, he's just in his own head. Not much you can do to try and push through it.
Fresh, the pass to Bryant. Good D by Mobley. Cleveland has got 2 of 5 threes to go here in the fourth. On the wing, Bryant. Pass to Fresh. 35 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. The rebound by Allen.
That's 2 points they should have had. I'm sure he'd love to get that look again.
To the inside, Mobley. Excellent D there from Bryant. And we've got a timeout from Jason Kidd. Critical moment here. He's not taking any chances. All right, guys, how do you see him managing the next possession?
It's always interesting to see what play a coach has saved for a situation like this.
If they've got a surefire, quick bucket play, let's just say now's the time to use it.
Out of bounds. It'll be Cleveland ball.
Uh-oh. Oh, no, that was a huge turnover. That cannot happen at this point in the game.
And he commits the intentional foul.
Yeah, just a must-foul situation to stop the clock.
Oh, the first of two, no good. A heartbreaker. And the second of two is good. And that'll put him up 2. And so Jason Kidd calls for the timeout. The pressure is on, and he's got a plan to share with his guys. What's the best strategy for him?
A chance to tie it up here.
And you also have to wonder if they'll try for a 3. But they'll probably try for a 2, but if something opens up outside, I doubt that they will hesitate to take it.
Lively with a screen on Garland. Here's Fresh. For the win! Oh, the all-or-nothing shot attempt falls offline. And so it's the Cavaliers who come out on top. That was an incredible night of hoops. A tremendous finish. They waited until the very last moment to seal it.
And so many times we see these close games won by the home team.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Richard Jefferson.
You're now one of the top 100 outside shooters in league history. Good game, MP.
Buzz gets a collapse. Line to figure out where they can take this spike, where they can find success. There's just too much going on, too much to try to keep track of. It's another flawless for T1.
Yeah, you could hear it in the comms there that the timing of that drone caught them a little bit off guard, and then there's the knife again. You're not anticipating that maybe both initiators are going to be on the same site. And it throws off all of their timing, and then the crazy guys trying to figure out the rest of the map, and they want to set up the crunch onto A. But Buzz has a great angle. And there you go. Another timeout.
And cheers from the T1 fans, seeing this second one having to be invested just 3 rounds later. Just 8 rounds into this map.
Well, they're maybe just, overthinking things a little bit in that round, but you've seen a lot of different looks being shown by RRQ that have been thwarted by T1. Yes, some of that is on Stacks, but just having unreal rounds. But some of these rounds, they just kind of have good defenses in place already. Their protocols are really well rehearsed. RRQ can't break through.
I mean, they need to have some kind of answer as hello to these gentlemen.
Hey!
Some of the other global esports boys making their way over to the studio to watch and see who some of their potential competition in Vietnam could be. One of the things they have to find a solution for is just the setup. How are you meant to get a drone through when you have these walls that Stacks can just set up a 0 point and completely deny you vision?
You got to figure out where Stacks is first. That's the hard part.
There's that too.
Yeah.
He needs somebody to swing out to break the knife, but then they're at risk, so you can't do it, and then you just end up getting absolutely nothing, and then you're scrambling to call a mid to A. You just can't get off the ground. Buzz maybe at risk here, and yes, Crazy Guy seen enough to be able to collect the kill. That's a big shutdown to be found off the rip.
Just a little bit of patience. Again, this is kind of what I was wondering about with T1 making these aggressive moves early on the map where they're trying to take space and how you could punish it. RRQ now finds an answer. A little while to get there. Izu, though, an extra layer to that. It's taking so long. I think this not going to be well read.
Oh boy, well, he's got backpedal. Holds his own for 1. Will quickly be overwhelmed, and that is a very good sign for RRQ. Numbers advantage. Going to be slowed up on this approach. Meteor, however, swing the corner, finds Jemkin. That's the entry power, and that's the spike on the floor. Laniette still some fight, brings this back into a 2v2. With him with the Cove, fragment over to the side. Not quite going to be wide enough to get too much damage in. Meanwhile, a great intercept from Stacks again, asked to come up with a clutch. Back on a deep angle, once he gets himself in the window. Meanwhile, Stacks, quick shot, finds Laniette. You're playing against Sova. Should have a decent idea. There's a 0 point. First shock dart going to be dodged. The suppress is in. The swing should be coming through, but Stacks still able to hold it up to half. The retap. And Cushy, he's got this one done. Solidly played, but still a nail biter of a round. As RRQ find their second.
Yeah, they get the win, but it's going to cost them a lot to get there. I don't like Izu staying there that long because it allows the time in RRQ's mind to be like, somebody could have refilled that space. So, let's be kind of, at least maybe a little bit prepared for it. Trade him out pretty quick. Yeah, now you're going to have to be a little bit more cautious. Still going to have the operator, still plenty of cash available for T1 after running 7 in a row. Jemkin one away from his ult, Monyet one away from another Reckoning. A Reckoning already in Munchkin's hands, a Hunter's Fury as well, so it's found a little bit scary to try to play for one of those orbs.
The drone again, 0 point is going to be sent through, spots out 2 players.
Oh, that's kind of intriguing. Seeing both initiators as T1, you're like, surely they're just going to try to go A main.
That or a little bit of a later pivot, but Stacks. Oh, spotted 1, does take the time to clear that recon, and still is able to readjust and get rid of Jemkin as well. Ball's now going up. Izu, quick check in, finds some damage a little bit in response, but we'll just backpedal away. Some space going to be given up. It's the 1-for-1 so far. There's a Hunter's Fury ready to try to prevent the plant, and there it is. The investment does come through. Sparrow pushing it for the kill. To the buzz. Snakebite takes the second layer of that push. Hunter's Fury out of the way. T1 now at a deficit. That's going to be expounded upon. RRQ finding another kill. The blind is there. Munchkin just trying to push past that wall. Ends up getting caught. Mizu will have to just back away. See if they're going to be able to recover the operator. Granted, they have the money to afford another, but RRQ suddenly giving themselves a third-round win. Similar scenes to the previous two maps. They're in a position where they can still rescue this half.
I think T1 here a little bit greedy to try to use some of their util. Yes, they have the Hunter's Fury to delay, but then they're just kind of losing the map awareness with Buzz pushing in through the double doors by himself, and Meteor swinging into the open there, trying to maybe use the timing of the high tide to think he can cheat to get the snakebite in. He should have just sent it earlier, but that cost him his life, and then it all just kind of comes crumbling down. I'd pull a timeout here. On God, I'd pull a timeout if I'm T1. I don't want, these last couple rounds have gotten a little sloppy. See the screws tighten.
7-3 after 7-1. Still very doable for RRQ. Meanwhile, swing in though, it was just so damn fast. Trying to pre-fire it, but ends up paying the iron price. One, there's a second there. Doesn't necessarily know that there's a third, and this doesn't allow for them to start leading in towards the weaker side of the map. Munchkin forward into A main. Stacks watching in mid.
Drone. The comfort here to send Meteor over Munchkin.
He has to retreat very quickly.
Now you don't have smokes.
Recon back still playing close. Because he does not connect. Swinging to the corner. It's going to be Munchkin Stacks getting one a pop. Crazy guy looking for a little bit more. This is now all alone. Fragments exchange. He's boxed in. Revealed. Trapped in the corner with a spike in hand. Pop flash going to be sent. Turns back until the find Stacks and suddenly gets himself into a 1v1. But Izu will be able to win it out. T1 now up to 8.
Well, that one just shows you how important that first operator kill was. The difference between RRQ winning that round. Mid control established, but on site, Stacks and Munchkin combining to do some real damage. Yep, want to make sure they can scoop up the op.
Stacks has been steadily getting 1 kill around into a death. 13-3 now, 16-6. Backpedal with Buzz. He just shuts him down immediately. Kempkin is not allowed to play the game. Meanwhile, Stacks a walk down into mid, finds Xpero. Izu's here and says, hey, how do you do? I'm just tucked on the wall here. Completely catches him off guard. It's a flawless way to close out this half. T1 to make it 9-3.
Do or die pistol for RRQ coming up, but Buzz has that extra gun there. Nice job with the setup and the crunch towards mid, expecting that RRQ is going to want to try to take that space again. They've been doing it round after round.
It's a little bit of that pass lane, and it's enough to lose sight of Izu.
They were really good on that defender side again for T1. It's just, are they going to have a better attacker side on Breeze than they could on Lotus? Ross has got to get in there and troll him a little.
Showing his age, going to the money.
To be fair, I saw Bane do it to Termi during their walkout yesterday.
So it's still stuck around.
It's still in the mix, yeah.
Okay. Ball.
Oh God, Stacks.
Screenshot that. Insane performance from Stacks thus far. We'll see if he can maintain it. They do shift over to this attacker side, and I mean, there's one thing to say, is that this is where things start to fall apart.
Exactly. Exactly. Director Frost. Why director?
Maybe they were translating.
Yeah, I think so.
Ah, okay. So the same word translates to coach and
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Oh, today I learned. I'm cool. I mean, he is kind of the director, too. Slow push-up elbow. Putting home. Curious if this is T1 just going to be kind of sticking to a hard read at the beginning of the round where they try to go for this A crunch. They swing it through the doors in mid. You've got Stacks and Meteor over here. Oh, Monette had a look at Stacks for a second there. Just gonna keep scaling forward.
Meteor, he's putting himself maybe into deep in dome. He's back around the corner just in time to avoid taking damage. At the same time, the rest of T1 pushing their way up through mid, and it looks like RQ are starting to get suspicious about this. Sparrow has the bandit, doesn't bring out a shot. Until that moment, and that's Munchkin dead! The spike on the floor. Trying to a couple more seconds to try to get into position. A Crazy Guy storming forward, is able to find one. Fragment going to be lobbed into the back. Buzz pushes up. He managed to find two. Crazy Guy and Cushy both going to be taken down. Jemkin swings the back pillar. Kill found. Stacks now maybe having to be the hero once again. Push up on top of the wall. Gets a headshot there. Gets himself into a 1v1. Jemkin, full HP, has to make it a headshot, and Jemkin, okay, finds his footing at long last. A quiet, damn near invisible first half, but that is explosive to say the least.
Yeah, right when they need him most, Jemkin is back in the fight. I mean, this is just ridiculous from X-Sparrow. And again, one of those better lucky than good. My God. I thought right here, I'm like, uh-oh. He might just do it, but Jemkin reads him perfectly. So close. That would have been the backbreaker, it feels like, for RRQ, but they're back in it. Back with a hope. Shotgun for Flies.
To avoid the disaster from the start of this map. Winning the pistol, dropping the follow-up. As much as they can off the back of this. Come through. Sparrow's been quiet. This is going to be a full commitment. One. Themselves a decent shout. Recon giving the ping on a couple players here at backside. Sparrow, however, will be able to find one. Slot in the corner. Jemkin dead. Was with that Bucky. He'll find him. He's looking for a little bit more, but will get cut down to size. Crazy Guy finds his second. The Guardian doing wonders. Zizu to kill no Sparrow, so that ends up being quite costly. So this should be the round win, and it is. 3 players going to be staying alive, and RQ this time not going to be dropping the anti-eco.
That's pretty nice. Looks like there was a moment, maybe if Buzz finds another. They're patient enough. You start clearing out the angles one by one. You know, Buzz thinking maybe he had an isolated fight around that corner, but 2 players were actually there. Crazy Guy was cheating ahead of it. Nice angle to take. Monette swaps over to the Sheriff. For that Bulldog at the end of the round. She and Jemkin will have him.
That, the Guardian. RQ can they hit opponent's conversion. Starting to find the footing, getting the shots. Walking over to mid. The elbows, the F stack from T1. Drone going to be going out. 0 points going to be tossed into the corner, but Buzz finding the timing. It's back across, just the one pulse of that fragment to be eaten. Kill collected, the Guardian as well. All scooped up, so the weaponry is still in the hands of RRQ. They've got 3 players nearby enough to try to counteract this take of the B site.
Still a fair amount of util to work with. Not yet sitting on his full kit. Half lane for Jemkin. A lot they can do here. Clear window.
Spotting something ready to go up. Players to play in front of this, though. Really locks off Buzz and Meteor for the moment. Fragment out to delay Izu. Able to find and readjust to take down Cushy. Takes down Xbarrow. It's another flawless round for T1. Denial of the bonus conversion as they hit double digits.
Yeah, that's not the way you wanted that to go as RRQ. Tried to stack up, but there's so much util that you could throw at the door. There's the flashes, there's the fragment, storm surge, all these things that just delay, and then kind of
Don't let this moment fade away.
able to, oh man, stacks.
Please stay.
Great job taking Jemkin out of the equation quickly.
At home or out and about, make your music move with you.
Listen in.
With Premium, you can download your music at higher quality. Listen to songs ad-free. Tap the ladder to learn more.
월다운 다운 먼저.
네, 멀리서 본다.
얘들아 탄뜻 리테이크야.
테이크야, 백 남았어?
뺄게 백 없어.
백 없어. 확인. 나 타이밍으로 그냥 리콘 꽂아줄게.
스턴도 있어 나 스턴.
그냥 내가 뺄게.
나 백사 쓸게. 연막 몇 초? 연막 7초. 또 앞라인 못 가나? 여기 스턴 꽂아줄 거야. 여기 빼도 돼.
리콘
드론
꽂아줄게.
날라온다. 내가 탑때 유태 쓸때 월 쳐줘야 돼. 야 케어 나왔어 얘네. 월 쳐줄게. 병철 앞에. 온다. 못 따줘 우리. 나 살게. 뺑 있냐 뺑.
얘네 연막 잘못 쳤어.
얘들 뺑 얘들 뺑.
얘네 연막 잘못 쳤어.
멀리부터. 괜찮아. 좀 땡겨 나온 곳이 얘들아. 백 없어. 깰 생각해야 돼. 탭. 넘어가나? 안 하는데? 나와. 3명. 둘 더. 서머 둘 더. 아직 안 해. 서머. 살아. 안 해. 내 따서.
And there you have it. Figured we might as well let her ride. Listening to the whole round as T1 will find themselves with another win. Now up to 11, just allowing that clock to tick down. More for Montiel to do.
I mean, they're so good with their delay in that round. Yeah, they have so much to throw at it. I mean, it is a mirror, but they're able to buy a lot of time on the backside of these pyramids. And then you have two players in main, and you're getting the kills through the smokes. Jemkin tries to go sliding in, but it's just too little, too late. T1, 2 rounds away from Ho Chi Minh. Was right out the door early. The Outlaw. Couple players did buy full armor here. Montiel even with a Phantom. So a hero rifle available. Jemkin has his ult behind the shotgun. Still some oomph behind this defensive round for RRQ. Trying to get a much needed Thrifty to go. If they can turn this around and start streaking together defender-sided rounds, just like T1 did against them. Crazy Guy one away from an ult. Montiel one away from an ult. There's a lot of danger here. This looks like a pistol round setup with the way that RRQ is holding. But now they're making the rotate.
So great back off this drone. Montiel hurt the damn thing. 0 point outbound, that's going to call for the pivot back immediately. But this is all just a little bit of a ruse as T1, 0 point out, let's go back across, re-hit A, no pump fake, back to B. They're just playing with these timings, saying, okay, we send out the 0 point, cut noise for a little bit, they'll probably start thinking that it's going to be that A hit. They get back over towards Sand, now they get right back over into B.
Oh.
Stax is just on a different plane of existence on this map. Crazy Guy, dead in the dirt. You guys spotted the 1, but Buzz, he's got the Outlaw, he's got him outgunned. He's looking for that follow-up. Drops down, swings backside, push out of that cove. Montiel dead. Another flawless. How many have T1 gotten on this map?
I think 3 or 4. It's been a lot.
We're looking like new turn on Ascent. Back at the first Masters event.
Oh man, right as the cove pops. Oh man, and just the crossfires they have available and the smokes are there and you have to try to scale in through it. Viper's the toxic screen, T1. Is this gonna be it? Couple ults here for RRQ to try to stall.
No command. Situation, Crazy Guy just looking to deny that info in that mid shit, and Buzz is going to be eating quite a bit of damage. Meteor this time, the quick insert through mid is able to catch Montiel. a backstab from him. And now they have their attention turned in two different directions. Crazy Guy is just going to be overwhelmed. Sparrow still trying to work his way across over towards the site. Meteor will be taken down. 3v4. Plans interrupted for now. Big bite for Izu trying to wait this one out. He waits it out brilliantly. Buzz spotted, dead. Now into a 2v3 with two players down low, but Izu is so far disconnected and he has that Hunter's Fury. Punch, however, is still in main.
I was going to say, you can just deny the plant here. Two players are super weak right now on T1. Challenge this angle. It's going to be cut off.
30 seconds left.
0 point does not connect onto him, but the spike is brought over, but now they know. This backstab from Cushy could be monstrous. Slot forward, Izu tucking into the corner, Cushy checking things out at main, and right now T1 none the wiser. Reckoning sent out, trying to cut off Jemkin, will be able to do so, but Cushy is swinging around the back, finds the first, and now Munchkin all alone to try to pull off the 1v2. Slide in, they need to play together, the tap, the face forward, and Munchkin divides them in half, cuts them down, and puts them 6 feet under. What a clutch, and what a map from T1. RRQ have been denied.
It was a long journey to get here, but eventually T1 finds their footing off the back of tremendous performances from Buzz and Stax in particular. Buzz on Haven, Stax and Buzz here onto Breeze, and commiserations, RRQ cannot get Crazy Guy to Vietnam. They tried their damnedest, but it just was not meant to be. They really pushed T1 here today, but T1 just a cut above.
Quite the day for T1, who want to try to ensure that there is a Korean representative, a Korean organization at Masters London. Still yet 4 hurdles to jump. But they will be going over to Vietnam in place of RRQ. They will have the opportunity to join global esports over at Masters. This is a scary team when everyone is operating on this level.
Yes.
Of course, tremendous full sets as well. Over at Masters London, T1, they want to prove that this is a squad that can earn excellence regularly. They want to make up for the disappointment that is Masters Santiago, but they still have to sit back and see who their opponent in Vietnam is going to be. Either KRX or Paper Rex.
That's definitely scary either way. You never know with those two teams.
No, you really don't. Well, he's absolutely the man of the hour. Let's go ahead and get ready to hear from Stax with Jen down on the stage.
T1의 스택스 선수 만나보도록 하겠습니다. 승리 축하드립니다. Jen here with T1 Stax. Now, massive congrats, Stax. You guys will be heading to Vietnam. Now, during the group stage, KDG actually said, we would like to play some games with our backs against the wall because you guys were winning a lot of games. And today you did. You won. So, how did it feel?
일단은 승리 정말 축하드리고요. 이렇게 베트남행 비행기 티켓을 가져가게 됐는데 그룹 스테이지 때 이제 연승을 하다 보니까 감독님께서 약간 좀 그 벼랑 끝에서 몰려 있는 경기를 해보고 싶다라고 얘기를 하셨거든요. 오늘 진짜 그런 경기를 했는데 승리까지 가져갔습니다. 어떠셨나요?
이겨서 기분은 너무 좋고요. 풀센스전 때 지고 제 스스로 화가 너무 많이 나 있었어가지고 이번 경기는 이길 거 없다는 말들을 많이 했던 것 같아요.
Well, yeah, it feels very good to win. I think after the Full Send series, I think I was mostly mad at myself, and today I came in with the mindset that I've got nothing to lose, and I'm really, really happy about today's win. So yeah, KDG also talked to us a little bit about the discussion that you guys had after the Full Send series, but what were the talks among the players, and what other thoughts did you have? You know, what were the self-reflections that you have? 일단은 안 그래도 감독님이 어제 경기 끝나고 선수들과 얘기를 했다고 잠깐 얘기를 해주시긴 했는데 선수들끼리는 어떤 얘기를 했는지도 궁금하고요. 또 개인적으로 약간 스스로에게 화가 많이 났다라고 얘기를 했잖아요. 개인적으로는 어떤 생각을 많이 했는지도 궁금해요.
일단 저희끼리 이제 피드백이 오갔던 것들은 누군가가 어떻게 플레이를 하자고 콜을 나왔을 때 너무 추상적인 의미였었어가지고 다 다르게 받아들이는 경향이 있어서 경기력에서 잘 안 나왔다고 생각을 하거든요. 그리고 제 스스로는 그냥 뭔가 더 잘해줄 수 있었는데 못해준 것 같아서 그런 것 때문에 좀 더 보여주려고 했던 것 같습니다.
오늘 근데 진짜 콜 완전 깔끔했어요.
감사합니다.
Well, I think part of the discussion that we had as players was mostly about how sometimes our comms got a little bit ambiguous. So we say one thing, and other people would take it as three different things, and that kind of interrupted the way we played. So we focused on making our comms a bit cleaner. And I think as for myself, I felt like I could have done more for the team, performed better. So that's something that I focused on coming into today as well. Well, now you were fragging today, and you have been for the past couple of weeks. What's been going well for you? 그리고 오늘 진짜 거의 눈만 마주치면 멀티킬 할 정도로 너무너무 잘했거든요. 최근에 진짜 폼이 많이 올라온 것 같은데 특별한 비결이나 이유가 있을까요?
그냥 마인드셋이 제일 중요한 것 같고 그리고 저도 이제 한 3, 4년 동안 IG를 했던 사람으로서 저희가 그리던 그림을로만 게임을 했었었는데 상범이 형이 IG를 만으로부터는 저 좀 많이 힘들었었거든요. 완전 다른 게임이었어가지고 그래서 그런 것들에 조금 적응이 되다 보면서 그냥 점차 성장했던 것 같습니다.
Well, I think it's mostly with my perspective on the game. I mean, with Munchkin coming in and the IGL, I've been IGLing for quite a lot, and I was used to playing this game in a one certain way. But with Munchkin coming in, I did struggle a little bit because I had to adapt to new play style and new ways of playing this game. But once I got used to it, it really kind of expanded my perspective on how we could play this game as a team, and I think that really allowed me to perform even better. Now, last question, we have KRX and PaperX coming up next. One of those teams, the winners of that match, you will face them in Vietnam to qualify for London. Who would you rather face? 그리고 이제 KRX와 페이퍼렉스가 다음 경기를 하는데 또 베트남에서 만나서 런던행 티켓을 걸고 경기를 해야 되잖아요. 누가 올라왔으면 좋겠나요?
일단 저희는 런던을 갈 거고요. 그리고 산티아고에서는 KRX가 못 왔기 때문에 KRX랑 같이 가고 싶어요.
근데 한 명은 떨어져.
그냥 저희는 가는데 베트남까지만.
I think I would say KRX because, well, in Santiago, they weren't able to come to Santiago with us. So I think going to Vietnam with them would be nice. But I think we're going to London no matter what. It will be T1 on that plane to London. Well, thank you so much, Stack. So much confidence, and we'll see you in Vietnam. 네, 고생 많으셨고요. 베트남에서 뵙겠습니다.
There you have it, T1 taking down RRQ to qualify for that stage over in Ho Chi Minh. It was well fought from the side of RRQ, but T1 were just on fire today.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think it was really Stux that just broke their backs there at the start of the game. Ridiculous opening couple of rounds into Breeze. He's had a couple of big games so far this stage. It's a joy to watch him on the camera. I remember we had an interview with him on the desk where he's like, I mean, it's great to have KO as a viable agent. It's kind of my old man agent. But he was looking as young and as sharp as ever. And I think it's kind of poetic that you see Buzz step up right next to him. And those two, I felt like in combination with just a decent game from Izu, just completely broke RRQ here on Breeze.
You take the names off and tell me that's an 18-year-old upcoming talented prospect. I say sign this guy right now.
Bro. That's
exactly.
a Thai player.
He was absolutely unbelievable. And the firepower on this T1 team was just unmatched, especially here on Breeze. RRQ, they win that pistol, but this time it's them that lose the round 2. We spoke so much about how important momentum is for them, how important a strong start would be, and they just couldn't find it. Down 9-3 at the half, and the game is too far gone. T1 just ran away with it and get themselves there to Vietnam.
With this round as well, we talked a lot about confidence, right? And Munchkin being able to take that fight, you just knew that he was 100% confident. He's like, no, I'm going to fight these two.
Yeah, beautiful straight transfer from him, and RRQ, I mean, commiserations to them. I know a lot of people wanted to see them over in the Ho Chi Minh finals. They're always really entertaining to watch on those kind of roadshow big stage games, but unfortunately not enough left in the tank. Multiple days of play back to back. You could tell that they're exhausted, especially after how strugglesome some of these maps have been. It's been slow start after slow start, and I think with Stax' hot start to that game, they just didn't have enough in the tank to get it done.
Yeah, it's a problem that they have to fix as we move towards stage 2. You can't keep being down so much at the half. I mean, this team is incredibly talented, so I know that they will be able to come back stronger, but it's not meant to be here in stage 1. It's not meant to be for Masters in London. It all ends here for them, but it's T1 keeping their hopes alive. Oh my goodness, I can't wait for this
This is what you think. This is your ideal scenario when you build T1 as a team, is like 300 players, the 3 players with 300 ACS in a game, and it's just unwinnable for the other team. There's not much you can do about that.
Yeah, no. What else can you do? What else can you possibly do at this point? We were saying how like RQ, you know, the ideas were there. There was a gameplay there. There was, you know, strategies that we just didn't see come into fruition because T1 was just shooting back really, really hard. I mean, when Stax can hold a site, just like 1v3 everything.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
I mean, we talk about his fragging, but like even just the way he plays the KO, like RRQ wants to go for an A hit or something like that, they get KO knifed. You had some great supportive flashes as well. It wasn't just the opening kills in some of those early rounds, but even the supportive utility setting up his team for success. So T1, the deserving winners, will move on, and one of the only Korean teams that we have remaining, both of the last 2 Korean teams in the lower bracket, both KRX and T1, hoping to represent over at Masters London, because there's only one spot left.
That's absolutely right, and so far at least T1 is confirmed. You know, that's one Korean team. Well, story to be continued for the second one later on, but first off, we do have a special guest with us here on the desk. We have a Munchkin here from T1 and Jen to help with some translation. Congratulations, Munchkin. You're qualified to Ho Chi Minh. You're really seeing you over in that stage. How are you feeling right now that you get to play on that stage in Vietnam?
축하드립니다. 오늘 승리로 베트남에서 경기를 치를 수 있게 됐는데 승리 소감부터 들려주시죠.
일단 너무나도 베트남에 가보고 싶기도 했고 제가 안 가본 나라이기 때문에 그래서 너무 기대돼서 가고 싶었던 경기였는데 네, 일단 이기게 돼서 너무 기쁩니다.
I've personally never been, so I really wanted to go, and I'm really happy that we got this win, and I get to go see what's in Vietnam.
And Stax mentioned as well that he is sure, 100% sure, that you guys will be qualifying to Masters London. And I'm pretty sure you're in agreement as well?
이제 인터뷰에서 스택 선수가 방금 T1은 무조건 런던 간다고 얘기를 했는데 같은 마음이신가요?
솔직히 뭐 지금 패자도 있어서 딱히 할 만한 없지만 전 당연히 런던은 간다고 생각은 하고 있고 전 인게임 리더로서 조금 욕심부려서 1등 해가지고 WC까지
Well, we're in the lower bracket right now. I don't want to jinx anything, but I think we will be heading to London. And for me as an IGL, I would love to, well, I'm going to say that maybe we win the Pacific Grand Finals and play in EWC2.
Ooh, okay, very, very reserved. Much more reserved answer from Munchkin.
How was that last map for you, Munchkin? Is it fun when you're the IGL and you have someone like Stax on KO and you're playing like Harbour KO mirror matchup? You have like a lot of decisions to make. Is that more fun than playing something like Viper IGLing or like just playing smokes?
일단 브리드 어땠는지 물어보고 싶은데요. 스택 선수가 KO를 잡기도 했고 같이 또 마침 RRQ도 비슷한 조합으로 하마 KO 조합을 들고 오기도 했잖아요. 뭔가 아이젤 입장에서는 그냥 바이퍼 들고 아이젤 하는 것보다 훨씬 더 재밌었는지.
네, 저는 새로운 요원을 하는 걸 항상 좋아하기 때문에 하버를 하게 되는 것도 너무 기쁘기도 했고 저희가 사실 브리즈 자체는 되게 자신 있고 준비는 잘했었지만 경기 때 항상 그렇게 따라오진 못했었거든요. 근데 오늘 이번 경기를 보여주게 된 것 같습니다.
Yeah, I always love picking up different agents, so Harbor has been fun, and I think we were really confident, and we thought our breeze was really strong. We just couldn't show that on the stage, but I feel like today we kind of showed what our breeze looked like, so I'm really glad about the result.
And I wanted to ask you, even back when you were on Gen.G and now on T1, you always seem to stop RRQ before they can get to playoffs or get into a big event or something like that. Do you have any guilt about that, or how do you feel about it?
항상 뭔가 젠제 있을 때도 그러고 중요한 순간에 RRQ를 탈락시키고 발목을 계속 잡았잖아요. 좀 미안한 마음이
네. 미안한 마음도 없는 건 아니지만 저희도 근데 똑같이 그러니까 RRQ도 항상 중요한 순간이고 저희도 중요한 순간인데 전 그래도 약간 지금 서로 반반이라고 생각하거든요.
네.
그래서 약간 그런 거에 대해서 조금 덜한 것 같습니다.
Well, I do feel a bit sorry, but when you look at it, we were both in a very similar situation, and I think, like when it comes to the rate of us beating them, and them beating us, it's 50-50. So that kind of like decreases the amount of guilt that I feel.
It's like it has to switch up sometime. Yeah. I'm glad that rivalry is still alive somehow. Now, I wanted to ask about you and Stax seem to be carrying a lot of that energy for T1. You have Meteor, Buzz, and Izu, who might be a little bit more reserved in these high-pressure matches. How important was that energy, especially from Stax, really showing it in the game and also outside of the game?
일단은 오늘 경기를 봐도 굉장히 먼치킨 선수랑 스택스 선수가 이제 에너지를 좀 유지하기 위해서 굉장히 많이 노력하는 모습이었고, 뭔가 다른 선수들은 그래도 좀 조용하잖아요. 오늘 경기에 있어서 좀 이렇게 팀의 에너지를 끌어올리는 게 얼마나 중요했는지.
사실 제가 최근 들어서 조금 이제 경기를 할 때 약간 너무 집중에 임한 나머지 약간 순수하게 즐기지를 못했던 것 같아요. 근데 오늘 일단 두 번째 세트 때 저희끼리 조금 힘든 순간도 있었고, 그래서 세 번째 세트 때 진짜 이거 마지막인데 좀 제대로 한번 즐겨봐야겠다 그런 마음가짐도 있었고, 그리고 플레이적으로도 너무 재밌는 순간들이 많이 나와서 그 속에서 있는 그냥 그대로 표현 나온 것 같아요.
Well, recently I recognized how I wasn't really enjoying the game itself because I've been too focused on playing the matches. And coming into today, there were some struggles team-wise on the second map, but before heading into Breeze, we talked about how this might be our last game of Stage 1, and we really need to kind of enjoy the moment, live in the now, and the play itself, how the game played out. We've had some fun moments, fun plays, and I think the energy just kind of naturally came out instead of being too aware of it.
The best games are always just played with that kind of mentality. Now I'm wondering, because you brought up map 2, T1 could have closed it out as well. They could have closed out Lotus. So at what point in the series did you realize that you were winning this?
사실 로터스도 충분히 T1이 가져갈 수 있었잖아요. 팽팽했는데 어느 시점에서 오늘 이기겠다는 자신이 있었는지.
사실 로터스는 상대가 어떻게 하는지는 알지만 리테이크를 대처하는 방법이 개인 플레이가 너무나도 중요한데 그런 부분에서 실수가 많았다고 생각을 해서 저희의 실수가 많아서 힘들었지만 이 브리즈 같은 경우는 상대의 플레이 스타일 정확히 알고 있고 그리고 어떻게 해결해야 되는지 그런 정답들이 좀 많이 정해져 있기 때문에 좀 심플하게 에임에만 집중하면 이길 수 있는 상황이어서 맵에서 좀 이점을 많이 본 것 같습니다.
Well, I think when it comes to Lotus, we knew how they would play, but what's important on that map is the retake, and you really need to rely a lot on individual brilliance and individual plays, especially with how you deal with the retakes on Lotus. So I think there was a bit of individual mistakes from our side, but on Breeze, we had a really good read on them, and there's a set way. There's not a lot of varieties that you need to kind of adopt to when it comes to winning Breeze. It's very straightforward, so we were pretty confident. So we just talked about how if we could shoot back and if we have really good firepower from our side, we can definitely win.
And shoot back they did.
They did. T1, congratulations. Congratulations, Munchkin. 축하해요 for making it to Ho Chi Minh. We will see you there, and thank you for your time here on the desk. You can leave the headsets over here. And congratulations once more. We were talking a lot about this guy here on the desk, Stax. Just what a performance from this guy. We also heard it from the interview about how he just realized because he's been freed from the IGL duties, he can play his game. And let's not forget how much this man has made a mark in Valorant itself.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've talked about two things with Stax so far this stage. I mean, first and foremost, it's been his ability to be a great pairing with his longtime teammate Buzz. As the initiator duelist pairing, you've seen a lot of great play from them, particularly Sky Neon and things like that. But secondarily, even mentioned by Frost, his boldness, his ability to read the game. You see him pushing A main solo on Pearl and peeking the lurker. You see him in this game directing the flow of traffic and reading the game very well on KO. Stax is in excellent form, and he's having some of these halves and maps where he literally just wins the game by himself from T1, and he's not even the first player you would mention firepower-wise on this team.
Yeah, absolutely. I think none of us had him on our build dip rosters, right?
Nope.
Regrets are being had right now just because Stax is just able to show up so much in these kinds of matches. Now, we are heading to a short break, but of course, when we come back, we are not done yet. We have KRX and TRX coming right up.
서두르지 않고 나란히 한 칸씩 but not alone 대부분의 말은 뒤집으면 또 다른 진실 들에 박힌 길이 아닌 느린 걸음도 괜찮을걸 눈 뜨고 있어 서로의 눈을 마주칠 때 아는 사람은 알겠지 여기서 내 하고 답은 없어 거기 Swipe to the left, swipe to the right 똑같은 말만 반복해 like a broken cycle 진실은 회색 but they painted black or white 나는 걸어가 with no caption 혼자라고 느껴도 it's a fraction 길을 잃은 듯 보여도 사실은 디토가 답인 길이야 That's the action 묻지마 언제 바뀌냐 한 방에 안 바뀌는 걸 바꾸는 건 눈 하나 깜빡 안고 제자리 걷는 척 하면서 옆 사람과 같은 숨을 쉬는 것 That's the revolution No slogan, no solution 그냥 오늘도 눈 뜨고 있는 것 그게 전부라도 It's contribution 대부분의 말은 뒤집으면 또 다른 진실 틀에 박힌 길이 아닌 느린 걸음도 괜찮을걸 눈 뜨고 있어 서로의 눈을 마주칠 때 아는 사람은 알겠지 여기서 내 하고 거대한 그림을 보려 하지 마 그냥 네 옆에 있는 사람의 손을 잡아 우리가 모르는 사이 이미 작은 파도는 일어나 말은 뒤집으면 또 다른 진실 틀에 박힌 길이 아닌 느린 걸음도 괜찮을걸 눈 뜨고 있어 서로의 눈을 마주칠 때
Red Bull gives you
아는 사람은 알겠지 여기서 내 하고
Welcome back to VCT Pacific. We are now on to our second match of the day, our second elimination match of the day. KRX taking on TRX. Now KRX here, it was a bit of a dicey
10 points ka lang. Ito ba talagang identity mo? Ikaw ba talaga ang main scorer para sa KSB Ligan?
Hindi po. Kami lang siguro tanahan. Yawa. Yeah, they kept it close yesterday, but ultimately they did get that win. They kept their tournament hopes alive here, progressing down this lower bracket. So this is a team that they came out of the group stage and they had so much expectation on their shoulders. They were looking great, but ultimately it was that loss to PaperX in the group stage that then, you know, they couldn't get seeded ahead. That's when the doubt started to creep in of how good actually is this team. They fought their way through, but there's a very tough roadblock heading their way today.
Yeah, I think they've rediscovered a little bit of that form in the Nongshim game. I'm hoping that they haven't lost all confidence at this point because they've got some very difficult opponents in front of them. If they want to make it to Masters London, it would have to be Paper Rex into a T1 victory back-to-back. That is a very difficult road indeed, but it's good to see Young back in the roster. I think the Nongshim game showed some questions in terms of maybe letting the foot off the gas a little bit, but for KRX, definitely still a talented team, a team that finished top 3 a chance with this core, and a team that is good enough to win this matchup on their day.
No, but let's talk about it. Young was back from being benched, and he did show up in this series.
No, he genuinely really impressed me yesterday. You know, compared to the other performances we saw before the benching, it was only that chamber where I felt like he was good. I feel like yesterday, across the whole pool, he felt very, very solid, even on these traditional Sentinels. I think if KRX are going to get the win today, they need to help enable this guy. He's a very, very sharp aimer. Put him in situations where he can shoot, and I do really believe he can get the job done.
I don't think he needs to do much more than that, really. I mean, you see him on the Viper there in the middle of the pool, but you had, I don't know if it was Viper, it was Vice on Split, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure it was Killjoy, Vice, Cypher. Yeah. I'm pretty sure he was Senti all 3 games. So, yeah, for Young, I think he's playing a lot more of those traditional Sentinels. Maybe that doesn't allow him to pop off as much as he has done on the chamber, although even on that agent, he's been a little bit inconsistent. It's mostly just on Lotus that he's had the big games, so I think if he can just I mean, if he can put up 200 ACS, 0.7 KPR, and play the Sentinels that are needed to fit the KRX system, that's going to be more than good enough to get KRX a win today, because as far as I'm concerned, it's other players on KRX that really need to carry. It's Bane's calling, you need a big game from Marco and Hyunmin, and then Freeing just needs to fill that role of the Neon and, you know, have some good moments here and there, and I think that they could win this series, especially if KRX has another off day.
Well, that sounds like the recipe for success for KRX, but speaking of inconsistency, there have been a lot of changes for the side of KRX. Roster aside, even their compositions have been really unpredictable.
Yeah, they played 4 different comps here on Haven, swapping different things at different times. Now, we spoke to Termi. Part of that is about adaptation to who they're playing against, but also this creates a lot to do for someone like Bane when he's having a call. Each of these comps has different strengths, so for me, this really does beg the question of, when you're changing like this, how much of that is because you feel like you are very flexible players that are able to handle these confident changes, and how much is it that you don't feel like you're ever super comfortable on a comp to continue running it? It's a sort of a very new look for KRX and something we wouldn't have expected.
It's something I deeply respect, but also would never do myself. Like,
don't try this at home.
Seriously, like, it does create a little bit of inconsistency, and we've even seen that in some of KRX's games where Pearl, for example, just the other day, there was rounds where they were mismanaging their resources and they weren't necessarily using the utility to the best of their abilities in terms of the actual situation facing them, but when the game plan is clicking, they look really good. I think Pearl attack side versus Pearl defense side just the other day against Nongshim is the perfect example of that, but even just here on Haven being unpredictable, you've seen it lose them games, but you've seen them outright win games against GE, for example, where the Jet played very well into the double Senti.
Yeah, even Bane himself said that sometimes he does get a little bit confused with all of the information that he has to download, right? But now they're up against Paper Rex, and let's not mince words here. Their loss versus GE, they were very upset. The disappointment was just very palpable with this team. I hope they can get that energy back, because of course Paper Rex is such a dangerous team when you know that they're having fun and smiling and laughing and yelling all sorts of absurd things at each other.
Yeah, I mean, for me, in that series, GE played a great game, and I didn't feel like that did look good. For me, I didn't feel like Paper Rex wanted it in that game. I felt like GE was by far the hungrier team, and Paper Rex were just going through the motions, to be honest. I would love to see these guys reactivate. Remember why you're here. Remember what it is you're playing for. Win today, you get to go to Vietnam. You keep your hopes of London alive. They have to stop coasting, because Pacific is not the region it once was. You could get sent home today.
I think you've seen some degree of inconsistency from literally everyone on this roster so far this stage. Like, you've seen Jing dominate the group stage, but, you know, maybe not have the best of performance in just that last series against GE. Devi's been up and down. He's had crazy games on the chamber, and then there was a game maybe against Secret where he wasn't great. Envy carried against Secret. He's been missing some games. Something destroyed GE, but he's been missing on the Neon, for example. Every single player on Paper Rex, except for maybe Forsaken, who I feel like for the most part is just kind of doing his job on a controller, controller and not being the, you know, sick flex that we usually see, and then sometimes plays Neon and plays well on Breeze is, you know, something to see. So if this is peak PRX, you're going to see exactly what happened to KRX in groups. They're just going to stomp them.
Yeah, I mean,
and of course, when you talk about like lower bracket, I mean PRX in the lower bracket, this is part of the roller coaster that we're on.
yeah, I mean, the lower bracket merchants, it said it there. They love this. You know, I think actually they need to be in the lower bracket a little bit to make them feel something, make them feel alive. This team,
like this?
Exactly. This team, I think, is good with their back against the wall. We've seen them be great in the lower bracket. We saw it there in kickoff. Think about how they qualified to Masters Toronto, people. Think about that train. That's all about the lower bracket run. I don't think PaperX being down here in the lowest is too much. You know, I don't think it's time to sound the alarms yet, because I do think that they are very, very comfortable down here. We know that they can win out.
Yeah, it's an elimination match though, so it's like I feel like I need to sound an alarm. I mean that might be just me. I don't know about you guys.
I mean, we see here PRX placements in Pacific. These guys are kind of a good team, you know. Most of the time,
won some awards.
They could be doing some winning, except for 2025 kickoff, where they did lose a pretty abysmal series to get knocked out against DFM on Pearl, and I was getting flashbacks to exactly that moment, watching them play Pearl against GE. Unfortunately, you know, peaking 1-by-1 and things like that. I don't think that's going to be happening today. I think they're going to achieve some new levels of lock-in, and I think that they're going to be running this lower bracket at least into the next round. KRX, you know, they did not show anything really in the group stage match against PRX. They've been playing musical chairs with the fifth player a little bit at the moment, so I don't know. I think they'll have a better game today against KRX, but as PRX, I think you would be bitterly disappointed if you weren't able to win this game. Somewhat similar to, I guess, the Champs game against KRX, where they, unfortunately, even though I feel like they were kind of the favorites, KRX wasn't even expected to make that tournament until we had the Tokyo finals unfold.
Yeah.
They didn't end up making the top 3 there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think like PRX, yes, there is something that comes out of these players when they are in the lower bracket, but you're absolutely right. It's sometimes, you know, not exactly there. When you talk about players like Jing, for example, we expect those kind of explosive moments.
Yeah, I mean, this guy can't go missing once again, because throughout the course of stage 1, he's been absolutely phenomenal. He's quite literally been the best in the world, statistically. He's been the absolute GOAT. And then in this game against Global Esports, he just goes missing. He disappears. And that is just not good right now. I think PaperX, if they're going to qualify, they need all of them to be firing. You cannot have this kind of performance again if you're Jing.
No, definitely not, and this is where I'm keeping an eye on the Vito in particular, especially with the Ascent coming back in. We've seen one big game on the Omen from Jing on Breeze against KRX or Secret. I don't remember particularly which team it was, but I'm wondering how many games of Raze is this guy going to get to play, and is his Phoenix going to be looking as juicy as it was in some of the games in the group stage today, because we have actually seen, particularly that Pearl game, it have not particularly that much impact.
Well, now we have the map veto coming up, and we're going to get some of our answers up on the board. Already. Okay, Pearl off the board, but we are going into Ascent. We get it.
I love this. I love this.
I love this with this series,
both
too.
these teams before floated through Ascent, right? Now KRX, they go instantly to pick it. I thought KRX were going to ban Breeze. You know, we saw that be a ban against Nongshim, so that's what PaperX choose to go to as well. We sort of lose that to GE, but I think GE looked phenomenal there. So I think these first 2 maps are an incredibly interesting way for this video to go.
It's interesting that KRX take out Lotus. It's a map that they haven't been terrible at. You know, you've seen some big games on the Chamber from Young on that particular map. I guess they feel like they don't want to have to rely on that. As mentioned before, Breeze picked up there by PRX. They dominated both Secret and KRX on this map in groups. It was like 13-5 or something like that. So you're going to have to see something very different this time around from KRX if that's going to be competitive. And then Split to close. That was the map that KRX were hiding until just the game against Nongshim, where they looked pretty good, but Nongshim looked a little bit lost in that particular map for me. So, and PRX has got a much better split than that. So if KRX goes to 3 here, I'm a little bit concerned from them, because their split is mostly untested and PRX's is usually rock solid.
Yeah, and you know, Wise Men have said only bangers on split, so that is what we are probably going to expect. Now, of course, I think the last time that these teams went up against each other was in Champions back in 2025, and we had this result over here.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about this because obviously this is Yoru meta, guys. We're not going to be seeing Yoru or anything like that, but you're seeing some of the roles a little bit different. Freeing was previously on that Sentinel, but the thing I want to focus on is what PRX were playing. They're the team that Ascent is not really been in their DNA Traditionally, it's been a sore point in the map pool at times for them. They were playing the Vice Sage, and we had Wendler actually talking about whether they're going, what kind of comp they're going to play, and how he felt about Ascent coming back into the map pool.
That's right. We had a little bit of a teaser. Let's run this clip over here.
So when they were running the Sage Vice, so there's a good base there that we have, I think, and it's just it's the same thing, like solving what roles, because we don't have Yoru anymore. So what are we going to fill for that duelist slot? I think some people think it's straightforward, which it probably is, but it's just kind of going back to that base. Do the guys want to change from it, or do they want to build off of it and then go from it?
Okay, so the Sage Vice forming a good base and then potentially a duelist to swap out. Yoru, what do you guys make of this?
I would love to see them play the Sage. I think Sage is great in this meta. We see GE using it over on Breeze to great effect. And Jing has also been fantastic on the Sage when he's had to play it in the past. I think we've seen PRX go back to Sage quite a few times throughout their tenure here in VCT Pacific. So I think it would be a great answer if they decide to go for it.
Yeah, they start defense first as well. So if they're going to be running into a double Senti comp, then that could give KRX potentially some problems. That is sometimes the downside of picking Ascent, is that you have to start on that attacking side, so you're going to need a pretty good plan. Worked well the other day for DFM, who ran in there with the double duelist into RRQs. So I want to see if KRX have that same level of prep, because PRX, I could see them going two ways. I could see them play Sage Vice and double Senti and then the solo duelist or something like that. I could also see them flex into something like double duelist and then be a little bit more aggressive, but that's where Jing will have to flex into smokes.
Yeah, and we see more of like that W gaming sort of style come into play, but you know, hey, even with the Sage, they do tend to do that. I mean, PRX here has so many TikTok walls that they've gathered all throughout the years. Now we have our predictions up here right now. We are all going for PRX here on the board. Is this true? Yes, it is.
I think for me, after watching the KRX game yesterday, yes, they got the win, but I've not been convinced. Since that loss to PaperX in the group stage, they don't look as dominant. I feel like even with that game against Nongshim being as close as it was, it doesn't inspire confidence in my mind, so it's much easier to go for the more tried and tested PaperX.
Yeah, I agree. I think for KRX, they'll play a much closer game today. I don't think that they're going to be as big of a pushover as they were in the group stage, but I think PRX is the safe bet to be moving on in the lower bracket here. I think that the last loss that they just suffered to GE in that upper bracket, a historic loss for them, even after such a dominant matchup, is going to be something that lights a fire under them, because they want to get to another international event. The last grand final just slipped through their fingers. They want to get back to another Masters and try to win another one this year.
Well, in this emotional roller coaster, you know, when there's a dip, there's usually an up afterwards. So I think that's where PRX is headed. I feel like also we haven't exactly seen PRX like look like they want to win yet. So I want to see that on the stage today. I want to see that kind of same hunger that, you know, gave us like Toronto, for example. I want to see PRX be able to fight. For KRX, I want to see that same thing. Whoever gets that, I feel like is taking this serious.
Exactly. I want to see lower bracket PaperX. Show me that you want Vietnam. Show me that you want London, or you have to go home. Pacific is 2 stacked. We can't send you if you don't want it.
Same for KRX. They keep saying that they're the only Korean team without that trophy. I need to see that fire lit up from under them. Mako, come on, you want it. I know you do. I know you do it for PRX. They want to make sure that they are up on that global stage once more. So let's see who is indeed advancing here in our final match here in Sangam Coliseum for stage 1. KRX taking on PRX.
We were side by side, naguwat og masakyan kay kag-hide og hide ni hunati mong biyan. Gigutom na di aya, padayon masaptan. Nga unta na ako'y nahibawan na silogan. Ikalit kagbaro kay sugod kay kabikogan. Katawag og slide, grabe kay kakalihogan. You decline sa opa kay gipadali kag uli. I said yes some other day, susunod muli. You talked about your day, I listened to your voice. Mura kog na-hypnotize, yeah I didn't have a choice. The street lights at your face, everything was so perfect. Every second with you na any kaligang rock erect.
It is our final walkout here on the Sangam stage for Stage 1 Pacific. It is KRX versus PRX, and KRX, even in the playoffs, they still have a little bit of roster turbulence, but despite that, they managed to win over Nongshim yesterday. Youngmin having such an insane performance, and Young back from the bench, managing to show up in that series as well. Can they sustain all of this for this final match here on their home turf?
Yeah, welcome to the RX Derby again for what I think in VCT is the 14th time. Forgive me if I get that wrong. When I have
Sounds
to count
about
on my
right.
fingers and my toes, things start to get a little bit difficult. But for KRX here, they were dominated by PRX in the group stage to forfeit that first seed over in that group. Yes, they were able to knock PRX out of champions and succeed them in the placements. They always do well in internationals, but if they don't win this game, they won't make it to one.
That's right, and we have to ask, does that happen again here, right? PRX, they had a really tough loss versus GE, and the disappointment and frustration was so palpable, but they have another chance to advance today versus KRX. And if PRX, if they want to make it to Ho Chi Minh and potentially that final slot to Masters London, they need to remember that they are and always have been Titans on this Pacific stage.
Yeah, that loss against GE is such a sharp juxtaposition compared to how fantastic their group stage was. This is a team that I want to see find that form again, because when they're the best, they are the best in the world. A second place in Santiago was good, but not good enough for this squad. But now they have to fight tooth and nail to even get a chance to run it back internationally. They have found themselves here in the lower bracket, and they need to string some wins together if they're going to make it.
Yeah, Jing beating his chest there. I guess he's ready for this match.
That's the most fired up I've ever seen them.
Exactly. It's like, wow, emotion coming from Jing over here. Once again, we are starting on Ascent, which is going to be a very, very interesting map. It just got back into the map pool, of course, and both of the teams have a very, fruitful